Hello YouTube and welcome to another review, and this time we have HELLER's Infantry Britannique 172 scale, 50 pieces. So that's HELLER's British Infantry, or at least their interpretation of it, at 172. This is another strange kit. It actually is a mixture of three different companies. So we've got REVELL, we've got CESCI, and we've got ESCI ITALERI. So I mean, basically three of not bad the best really in this kit. Do they pull it off? Well, let's have a look. Initially I'm quite impressed with this kit. Artwork wise, a bit strange. We have British, what are alleged to be British soldiers, look more like American WW1 troops. It's not very good at all. In fact, the other artwork for the Panzergrenadiers was far superior. I don't know what's gone wrong here, whether the factual guy in the office just had a bad day or whether the artist just didn't have a clue. But this by no way represents what's in this box. This box is late war, and these obviously could be World War One. If they're World War II, then they're from another country that I don't know, maybe Belgian or something, but certainly not British anyway. We will spin the box round, and hopefully if you saw these in the shop you would spin it around, and then you'll see, oh my god, right, these are World War II British infantry. And yet again we have this smudgy, blown up picture of a painted figure. Which I think is great for the purpose of, look guys, this is what you get, we're being honest here. But it's still, you know, it's a little bit smudgy. It's not as bad as the Panzergrenadier though. So they're telling you what sort of paints to use. Again, 25mm, and they pull it off. For all this is a three company mixture, they look pretty good, and the bases are all the same. So you don't have to worry about that either. So without further ado, I think we'll have a look at the sprue. So I'm going to put this one over on the wall just so that we can see it, and I'm going to zoom in on the top line here. So, first chap has his shovel, and it's not another head or a bit of flash, it is actually a shovel. So when I turn him around you'll actually see that. He does have a bit of flatness where the rifle and the arm is, you can probably see that there, but overall the detail is good. He's a CESCI figure, so is the one next to him, that's another CESCI figure. He is also a little bit flat inside the arm area where the sten is, but the detail is good. I'm quite pleased with the detail. The guy throwing the grenade is very good. I quite like him. He's got his sten there. I think there's a little bit slight loss on the sten, but not much. It's enough to get by, but the detail again is quite good. Quite reasonable. I think that's really good. Rifle guy again, he's very good. Rifle looks a bit short in the stock, but it could be, I know there is short stock Lee Enfields, could be wrong, but the battle dress is almost perfect. I mean, you can see the side pockets, the creasing is brilliant. That's a good figure, and that again is a CESCI. Again, we have another CESCI figure. This is a sentry, or he's marching, and again I think that's bloody good. Very good amount of detail on that. That looks fabulous. So apart from the first couple needing a little bit of work, I'm quite impressed. So let's move back along here. Same two there, so that's a repeat. And again, that's our chap marching. Now this guy is the flamethrower guy. Is an accurate model of a British flamethrower. When I turn it around you'll see that, and you'll probably remember it from A Bridge Too Far. It's like a donut almost on his back. It's quite good. Again, he does suffer from something just sticking off his arm, but again that could be filed down. The guy kneeling firing is quite good. He's got his net across his helmet. Good creasing on the trousers. Again, another Caesar figure there, both Caesar figures. Here's our guy just kneeling down with his sten. He does again suffer from a little bit of flatness just in that chest area. Now, let's get this one right. So this guy is the REVELL one, and a very good figure it is too. We quite like the cross legs, it's brilliant, the bipods came out, it's just not a bad figure, and it's came out quite well on this set. Plastic Soldier do, you know, say, oh god, the mould's terrible and all this. I might have been lucky on this one, it's actually not too bad, it's just been a couple of places. But he's a very good figure. Down here we have the ESCI guy, or ITALERI, whatever you prefer, and he is a good figure again. I quite liked him in the previous review I've done. And like I say, the webbing is just brilliant. Just, you know, it's so accurate on all of these figures. All the companies have done very, very well, I think, on these. Now I think I need to drop down quite far for the others. The others are basically repeats. Here we go. So that's the same guy as we had on the top again. But here you'll know him from the previous review I've just done. This is our Vickers machine gun guy. Again, it's bog standard ESCI, you know, let's pack lots of equipment in. We won't do it fantastically well, but it's good enough and it gets you that equipment in the kit. But it's reasonable enough, it's more than usable. Again, the loader, he's ESCI. Radio operator is ESCI. This chap here is the officer, and I quite like him. He's very, very good. So again, another good figure, and that's a Caesar figure. Now the sprues themselves are repeats, but that is pretty much what you get. Now I'm going to spin the sprue round so you get a look at the back. I'll go back to the top. So here you go. A little bit stiff, this camera, so just need to loosen it off a bit, I think. Which I'll do now. That's better. So here we go again, pattern 37. It's very, very good. Nothing really amiss there. Lovely creasing in the trousers, that's all thanks to Caesar. And like I say, this mould in particular has come through well. Whatever they do to this, because all the stands are the same, so I don't know what they're doing. But these figures look very, very good. See the shovel here, and it looks much better from the back here. You can fully understand how it looks there. Now this run is the same. Here's our Bren gunner from the other side. Again, there's our Bren gunner sniping. Crawling rather, and again more webbing on the back of these chaps, and there's our lovely flamethrower, which is really, really good, and you'll remember that on the Bridge Too Far for the airborne we're using. But that's a really nice model, so well done Caesar on that. I can only imagine their original kit is much better in terms of quality. And here we go, there's the back of the officer, and again, unlike the ESCI officer where there wasn't any equipment on, he's got enough to satisfy me. He's got everything he should have. He's got a map case, I think, his water bottle and his revolver. Back of the radio operator, back of the loader, Vickers, and there's our sentry again. So like I say, there's 50 of these. Obviously there is a good few repeats. I've got 4 flamethrowers in this set. Well, I don't think we need 4 flamethrowers. They weren't that popular. You know, that's a bit excessive. It also means you've got 2 radio operators. Again, excessive. So it'd be up to you to decide what you would do on that front. But they are good. They really are good figures, and I'm quite impressed. Quite impressed. That actually came out very well. And whether or not it's the fact that they change, I'm pretty sure the bases they've changed, they've done themselves. So I don't know how they've done it, but they all look the same. So whatever they've done it quite well. I think I've just been lucky, possibly, I don't know. But if you're interested, this is HELLER's British Infantry set. So if you see that, you know now what you're going to get. Because until someone actually shows you what's in there, you don't know. There's so many of these companies now taking off old moulds and doing all this, so I'm actually glad I've looked at this, and I've been quite impressed. So it wouldn't look out of place anywhere, these. Very, very good. I think they've picked some of the best soldiers out of each of these kits, and probably bar the Vickers, there was probably some better ESCI ITALERI figures in that box they could have picked, but there you go, you can't have everything. But I think very good set. You'll struggle to get your hands on it unless you're in Europe. There was quite a few on offer in Europe, but the price was just a bit high. So if you see this kit, it's worth a little look, but it all depends personal preference, you know, at the end of the day. Normally these HELLER ones are a little bit cheap. I think this was about £8, so it's cheaper than ITALERI. And it's just that touch more than Airfix. But like I say, the choice is yours. What can I give this in terms of where does this sit? Well, it's a really difficult one. I wouldn't know where this one would sit. I've given Airfix top only for price, that's all. Caesar, I think, are probably the best. So probably Airfix and Caesar would be top, just on completely different formats. This one's a hybrid, so I can't really put that in on the top 10 because it's a hybrid. I mean, you know, it's just a multitude of different ones. So it's a difficult one, but you wouldn't be upset if you got it. That's the best I can say, and that's the worst I'll say. You would not be upset if you got this. So that was my review of HELLER's Infantry Britannique. And don't go, as they say, don't judge a book by its cover, no more so than this one. So thank you for watching, and I got this, like I say, on eBay, and it came well packed, so congratulations on that. If it was Amazon, I've had a bit of trouble with Amazon, it's getting crashed and everything, but this one came through very nicely. And I did show you the box, didn't I? Folds out like that, and it tells you how to paint and everything like that. So, and it's quite a handy box just to put your sprues on, so, you know, very good. Pleasantly surprised. So thank you for watching, and hopefully we'll see you all soon.